Hey, this is Dale Tinsley. You're listening to the Connect podcast. Our purpose is to guide you to connect with yourself so that you can connect with others and live a life of meaning and value. Welcome to the series, Limitless Potential, Endless Refinement. Peace be with you. Welcome back to Connect. Hope you guys are well. And welcome to Limitless Potential, Endless Refinement. We kick off a new series today. So I'm excited about that. A lot of cool content going to come at you. Different layers of mind, body, spirit. So let's get into the episode for today, which is the awakening. The awakening. Before we jump in, I want to say that the awakening comes for everybody in a different reality. It could be triggered by something traumatic that makes us really look at ourselves and your world just changes. It could be any multi-layered combination of things, really. It could be a piece from here, a piece from here, a piece from here, a conversation. And then one day that last piece comes together for you to hit your awakening. In the first series, Connecting with Ourselves, we laid out all the different layers to support you and the nuances and the details to getting to the point of surrendering. Of truly surrendering. And however you get to your awakening, the surrender is the key. So all of the episodes in Connecting with Ourselves were in support to get us to truly be aware of our egos and build that strong foundation within ourselves with the goal of having the humility to surrender. Having surrendered to God, having the humility brings us closer to God. And now we're in the awakening. And how does that feel? It's a brand new reality. In the interview that we had with Edgar, you see how powerful that shift is. And he got into some of the details of how he had tears of bliss. He felt so connected to God. He was energized. He was on fire. He was hopeful. He was grateful. And he was very humbled. That feeling and that blessing is because of the humility and calling out to God and giving it to Him. I need you. I need this partnership. You experience a life-changing moment. So what really changes? You're in this energy, you feel alive, you have clarity. The major changes are perspective, our awareness, and the reality that now we see ourselves very clearly. we see our egos very clearly. The ego can't hide anymore. Now that doesn't mean that the ego is going to evaporate, disappear. And definitely it does not mean that the ego is going to hand you the keys to who's in charge of you. How do we maintain the energy, the focus, the peace, the blissful feeling from this awakening that we're experiencing? We've got to focus and continue to focus on what got us here. Living in gratitude, self-love, self-accountability. All of the layers that we covered in the first series. We have to maintain those, polish them, and keep them refined. As we pick up new ones, we have to keep an eye on those and make sure that we're doing the maintenance. Prayer, meditation, continuing the path and staying in the energy of humility. Realizing that we are above no one and no one is below us. No one is above us, no one is below us. Not taking things personally, because that will constantly put you in a state of feeling like you're being attacked. And the reality is, people do what they do because of what they have going on inside of them. People's reactions, people's actions. Judging. Those things pull us out of our genuineness and pull us away from God and put us right back in the fixed mindset, right back in the grasp of the ego. So now that the ego's been exposed, he's not hiding anymore. And before this awakening, you may have seen your ego clearly, but now you truly have a very direct sense of who he is, what he's done. And now comes the fun part. I wish I could tell you that this energy from the awakening will last forever. But it won't. We can continue to expand our consciousness and become pure light and pure love. But that first mind-blowing sense of the awakening that it brings, it does fade away. And then we have to get to the real work. So let's get into that process. Before the awakening, the ego did a lot of damage. It had its way. And now we have to face those realities. We have to sit with it and process it. You gotta deal to heal. You've heard the term karma, instant karma, negative karma, positive karma. Everything that the ego has done in our lives up to the point of having the awakening was kind of like autopilot. Like we weren't really aware, we weren't prepped up. But now that we're awakened and we have this new level of clarity, understanding within ourselves, clarity and perspective on the world and people, now it's on us to go back within ourselves and start diffusing, making atonement, making amends, forgiving people and ourselves for all of our own ego's behaviors. And the ego in other people as well. If you truly want to neutralize a situation, trauma, moment, make peace with it, learn the lessons from it, gain the wisdom, slay the dragon, and have it be a golden moment that you can share with someone else. And something that will serve you in the future when you see something similar coming at you. This is a tough layer to get into. It requires going back into certain moments and really cleaning them up. It requires processing the moment, owning your part in it, just like we do with the traumas and the different situations that have bothered us. But now, because of the awakening, in order to really move forward and maintain 100%, 80-20, because the ego's always going to kick his way in, whatever the percentage is that you end up with, 90% genuine, 10% ego. I guess the goal would be 100% pure genuine. The ego's always going to be there with his thoughts. We just listen to them. Don't give them any energy, time, airplay. So we process these moments, things from the past, and when we truly, truly own it, we pick up that phone and we make that phone call. And we say, hey, remember that one time? And if you've truly owned it and you understand what's happening right now in that moment, the sincerity that comes out of you from being genuine, from seeing it clearly, the person on the other end of that phone will hear the sincerity in your voice. They may respond with, oh, that was so long ago, I don't think about that anymore. Regardless of how they respond, you're cleaning up your karma, you're making peace with it. And at that point, it's truly diffused. You continue that process with family members, ex-coworkers, current coworkers, yourself even. Forgiving yourself for treating yourself a certain way, neglecting yourself. Not making the time for yourself, not listening to your spirit. So many layers in cleaning out the past and cleaning out the karma of all of those negative, toxic, egotistical characteristics. It varies for everybody. whatever yours are, the way to maintain the connection with God and to be genuine, a big part of it is going back and cleaning up your karma. And at a certain point during the process, you'll feel lighter. You'll feel free because you're being genuine and authentic, and those things, you've processed them, dealt with them, asked for forgiveness, made amends. You have the humility to do that. So you're pushing, cleaning. And you need to understand this is key. Now that we're aware, we've had this awakening, it's like a reset. So, boom, day one. Don't create any more negative karma. Be genuine, be authentic to you. This is your hero's journey. Stay connected to yourself. Do the maintenance required for you to be the best version of yourself. Hold yourself accountable. Love yourself. Go to the gym. Spend the time with your kids that you need to. Listen to your instinct when it says, call so-and-so. Pick up that phone. Act on it. That intuition is a gift. Whether you're picking up energy from them miles away, a country away, we're all connected to the global consciousness. We're all a part of God. Honor that. Honor yourself. As we tap into the limitless potential, endless refinement. The maintaining of it and the maintenance keeps us running. So the work with the ego and defusing the karma, that takes a toll on us. It takes a lot of energy and focus and vulnerability within ourselves. To keep our energy levels high, to keep ourselves at peace, we have to exercise. We have to focus on nutrition-based foods. We have to get enough sleep. We have to get sunlight. We need to spend time in nature. We need to spend time in meditation. We need to spend time connecting with people on things that matter at a deeper level than just the surface of, hey, did you see the football game? The surface conversation is just surface. Focusing on the maintenance feeds everything that we do. It gives us the energy to push. And throughout this whole process, don't forget about the courage that we have to stay tapped into. No one is above you and no one is below you. There's no one walking around who's been 100% perfect, falling on our faces, making mistakes, being unaware of the ego. That's part of life. And in a society that focuses on advertising to the ego, it's the programming that we've received that we are now unraveling and reprogramming ourselves for success, for happiness, for joy, for energy, for momentum, for clarity, for love, for perspective, for empathy, for compassion. We get one go at this thing. It's one hero's journey. It's your hero's journey. And the more in tune we are as individuals, mind, body, spirit, the synchronicities start to line up. We get into that flow state. And that's when it gets really magical. Whew, like I said in the first series, this is some of the most difficult work you're ever going to do. I think it's the hardest work on the planet. But it's the most meaningful. And there's a reason it's not mainstream. Imagine if we were all working on ourselves, mind, body, spirit, what our society would look like, the level that we would be at, the level of consciousness that we would be experiencing as a whole. I'm a dreamer. Always have been. Envision yourself in the future. We've had a good taste of growth, of endless possibilities. Anything truly is possible. Envision yourself full of love, full of light, full of joy, full of energy, full of passion. And truly ask yourself what your gifts are and how you can share that with the world. The surrender was key to get us to the awakening. In order to surrender, it took humility. Humility and gratitude go hand in hand and serve us well in our hero's journey. I'd like to invite you to go to theconnection.studio. Grab the journal for today's episode. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Give the video a like if it spoke to you and helped open your mind and open your heart. Also, in this series, it's going to be wide open. A variety of different layers. Different guests are going to be on. So I invite you to leave a comment below if there's something you want us to tackle or delve into. Welcome to the awakening. Welcome to the shift. Thank you for your time. God bless. Thanks for joining us at the Connection Studio. You can support us by sharing with others and posting to social media. Keep doing the internal work, as it will truly make all the difference. God bless.